Hello and welcome to a special edition of Battle Cry. I'm Gaurav Sawant. Drones are a game changer in battle. The Desi drone dhamaka. That's our top focus on the show today. India today has accessed the first images of the new swarm drones. They're deadlier, they're destructive, and they're absolutely precise. These drones are designed to collaborate and hunt in packs. Swarm drones are built to saturate and overwhelm the adversary, and they're equipped with collective sensors to search and track. Swarm drones also give a major push to Atma Nirbhar Bharat. They are going to be 100% made in India drones. We get you this mega India Today exclusive report.
A drone released from an Indian Air Force Su-30 fighter. Flipping open its wings, it glides intelligently into an autonomous flight path. Unhindered by human control, the drone quickly gets into formation with others like it already in the air. Together, the drones cruise stealthily into hostile territory, pooling their collective sensors to search and track. They combine their computers, providing a collaborative system designed to hunt in a pack. And when they finally find a target worthy of destruction, they're intelligent enough to decide which one of them swoops down for the kill. What you've just seen is an Indian drone system that's currently in development and will soon be in flight test. But the company developing it has just landed a major contract from the Indian military for cousins of this system. And India today has the first images of the new swarm drones. 4 birds lined up at a hidden location. They're identical in every way, but there's something special about them. Launched into the air, programmed to fly to a target location, these drones aren't flying solo. They're talking to each other. Cooperating, collaborating, working as one, working as a swarm. What you're looking at are the first public images of a type of swarm drone system that has just been ordered by the Indian Army. 100 such drones, a mix of these and copter drones, will be supplied by Bengaluru-based startup New Space. Founded by an Indian Air Force veteran, Sameer Joshi, who leads a young team developing a slew of drone and artificial intelligence systems for the future battlefield of the Indian military. While videos of the actual trials of these drones by the army are classified, what India Today brings to you is concept imagery of what these drones can do. Seen here, for instance, is a group of tanks, with one of them launching a New Space Alpha strike drone into the air. Harnessing intelligence from a group of swarm drones already in the air, foraging for targets, these strike drones distill the most accurate targeting information to seek and destroy. While Pakistan has begun using small drones in mini terror strikes in J&K, the new drones for the Indian Army have a far bigger picture in mind. These cutting-edge systems are built to collaborate, saturate, and overwhelm enemy defenses. The momentous contract to an Indian startup for swarm drones goes beyond just the drone hardware. It's very important to remember. It's about the software code that goes into making these tiny killers in the sky so lethal, so unavoidable, and so inevitable. Bureau Report, India Today.
Soldiers in high altitude area or in far-flung areas, they carry their requirement, their luggage, warlike stores, ammunition either on backpack or on mules. But all of that is now set to change. On Battle Cry, we reveal Indian Army's cutting-edge capabilities in the next generation warfare. India now will have a brand new, fully made in India cargo drone for high altitude troop deployment. Here is all you need to know about the new cargo carrying drones. Hot meals delivered by a swarm of drones to Chinese soldiers at high altitude. A propaganda video that was released at the peak of the India-China standoff in Ladakh. A move by China to taunt India and highlight India's lack of such a capability. And while the Chinese were certainly right, India has taken the taunt constructively. And Battle Cry has the exclusive scoop on how India has reacted. What you're looking at here is a fully made in India cargo drone for high altitude troops. Seen here being tested in the forbidding terrain of Ladakh. 48 of these drones have just been ordered by the Indian Army in a milestone fast-track contract to Indian firm Rafe M-Fiber. These drones, called MR-20, are capable of carrying loads of up to 20 kilograms and in thin air of extreme high altitude. That's a huge amount. Operating individually or in groups, each drone can carry items that include food, fuel, medical supplies, emergency equipment, weapons, ammunition, and anything else that troops may require in forward areas in high altitude. The use of these drones will also drastically cut down the need for helicopter flights that are inherently risky to pilots. And unmanned drones mean more deliveries can be conducted per day with no crew fatigue. The utility of such drones is not difficult to imagine, and with a startup fleet of 48, the Indian Army will be able to serve several forward posts with items they need, forming a robust air bridge that becomes a powerful supply chain. The MR-20 drones will begin deliveries shortly to the Indian Army. The company that makes them is among a slew of cutting-edge firms serving the needs of a future battlefield and is working closely with the Army to get set for a new paradigm in military logistics. Drones for delivery will soon be a part of daily life, with companies like Amazon, FedEx and UPS embracing such technology for a new delivery mantra. And while Ladakh will be the first playground for this new capability, expect cargo drones to spread wide in the armed forces in the months and years ahead. Bureau Report, India Today. And continuing on Battle Cry with India's mega drone dhamaka, Indian Army now gets the new hunt and kill drones. And not one, not two, but hundreds of them. These Sky Strikers will be made in India and are built to quietly hit targets as far as 20 kilometers away. How does this function? How do they operate? Take a closer look at these extremely lethal drones. A tiny drone is launched into the air. It cruises stealthily into enemy territory. Switching on its camera, it searches and tracks. And when it finally has enough information, the drone transforms into a missile. Falling silently out of the sky, it smashes into the target, destroying it. You've just seen a single mission by a Sky Striker, a mini drone. And it's the latest strike weapon purchased by the Indian Army. Over 100 of these Sky Strikers will be built in India by Indian firm Alpha Design through its joint venture with Israeli company Elbit. The Made in India drones will begin deliveries as early as next year. The Sky Striker is designed for long-range precision strikes of more than 20 kilometers, can loiter over a target for over 2 hours. The Sky Striker can be given pre-designated targets. It can also autonomously hunt targets. The Sky Striker is similar in mission to the Israeli Harop loitering munition in service with the Indian Air Force, though the latter has a hugely greater range and endurance and has a much more strategic mission compared to the Sky Striker, which is designed for nearby targets that could be just across the border. Sky Striker could be launched by Indian Army's infantry or special forces units to silently hit Pakistani terror launch pads or suspicious movement across the line of control. The fact that the drone have daylight cameras make them super useful for strike missions after dusk. And with over 100 launch pads still active in the area, there is no shortage of potential targets. While the use of weaponized loitering drones carries its own risks and depends entirely on solid target intelligence, the very fact that the Indian Army has chosen such a weapon speaks volumes about the missions it wants to be ready for. Bureau Report, India Today. Now, one of the hallowed grounds for aerospace research, especially drone research, is the Indian Institute of Technology in the heart of the national capital in Delhi. India Today's Sandeep Unnithan visited the campus to see how students are working on not just cutting-edge technology, but also swarm drone technology, technology of the future.
They are the future of warfare. Drone swarms turned the tide in the Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict last year. They were used by Israeli Defense Forces in their operations against Hamas in Gaza this year. On June the 27th, suspected terrorists used 2 mini drones to attack the Indian Air Force station in Jammu.
You've all seen drones, but the drones that you've seen are the ones that operate alone. What if you could get multiple drones to fly together and operate like one single machine? Possible? What you're about to see will take your breath away, because you're going to see India's first Desi drone swarm.
What you're looking at here, in the heart of the national capital, is a set of 66 nano drones operating in perfect symmetry. They're the work of a startup inside IIT Delhi. They've been designed and developed indigenously and programmed to fly just 3 meters apart to form these shapes in the sky.
What you're seeing behind me is a drone swarm working in perfect synergy with each other. 66 drones working to form different patterns in the sky that you can see. And this is what a drone swarm essentially is. Multiple UAVs, multiple drones working together to form patterns, to operate together. This is the essence of a drone swarm.
Drones can be bought off the shelf, but creating a drone swarm like this light show is a programming problem. The challenge is getting individual units to work together, and that's what this drone startup at the Indian Institute of Technology in Delhi did with a 50 lakh grant from the Department of Science and Tech. They developed the communication protocols, the motor controllers and flight controllers to share information and manage flight paths to get their drones to fly in a coordinated path or form a shape in the sky. Make no mistake, this is only the beginning. A drone swarm like this can be stepped up to the next level. They can be used to saturate enemy air defenses, attack soft-skinned vehicles, aircraft and troops in the open. They can even be used as anti-drones to crash into enemy rogue drones. This is the reason that every military now wants a drone swarm. And this is the capability drone developers like this one are working on across the country. Drone swarms can be broadly classified into 3 levels of increasing complexity. Level 1, where the drones fly in a pre-programmed flight path. They are unaware of their surroundings. The drones have several pre-programmed flight paths, out of which the operator can select any one. Flight path coordinates can be updated on the fly. Then there's level 2, where the drone swarm is aware of their surroundings and terrain with pre-fed coordinates which they follow to execute a particular mission. And then there's level 3. These involve fully autonomous and self-aware drones that operate as a pack to execute a single mission. They take decisions based on the changing environment dynamically.
So what it can do is multiple things. Let's say if you have a radar installation, it can just hover above it and just clutter their feet. It can saturate their defenses to the extent where conventional forces become much more potent against them. Apart from that, they can carry payloads and they can actually lay a minefield in real time. So there are numerous applications. We still are just at the surface of the application of these things.
Is India ready to meet the challenge posed by this new era of drone warfare? Yes, it is. But for that, our drone entrepreneurs and developers need all the help that they can get. For India Today, this is Sandeep Unitan in New Delhi.
In a big boost, not just for the Indian Air Force, but also domestic defense manufacturing sector, the Narendra Modi government has cleared the procurement of 56 C-295 transport aircraft to replace the aging Avro transport aircraft fleet. 16 of these aircraft will be bought in a flyaway condition from Airbus Spain. 40 of these will be manufactured in India by a private sector company. India Today's executive editor Shivarur gets us more.
What you're looking at is the C-295. A sturdy, modern military transport aircraft. Built for rapid transport of troops, 5 to 10 tons of weapons, vehicles, and anything militaries may need. And now, the Indian Air Force is all set to become the latest operator of this aircraft. The Modi government on Wednesday cleared a long-pending $2.5 billion deal for 56 of these planes. Of enormous significance is the fact that while 16 of these aircraft will be supplied by Airbus directly from a factory in Spain, the remaining 40 will be built by a private sector consortium led by the Tata Group right here in India. That alone is a gigantic milestone, the first ever military aircraft manufacturing program to be led by the Indian private sector and not state-owned Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, which has monopolized this space for decades. The C-295, in service with 15 countries, is a platform that can be configured for a variety of missions apart from its baseline duties of military transport. Other missions include maritime surveillance, special operations, command and control, and operations from unprepared surfaces. The deal for 56 C-295s has taken a long time coming and has taken nearly a decade to be concluded, and they won't be coming a minute too soon. The Airbus planes are intended to replace the Indian Air Force's old, aging British Avro aircraft that were once built by HAL. The aircraft have long outlived their useful life, and the Indian Air Force has long felt the need for flexible, reliable, modern tactical transport aircraft. The C-295 will join a multi-nation fleet of transport aircraft already in service with the Indian Air Force. In addition to the old Avros, the Indian Air Force's current tactical fleet comprises mostly Soviet-era AN-32 aircraft. In a higher weight class, the Indian Air Force operates a dozen American C-130J Super Hercules aircraft kitted out for special operations and missions behind enemy lines. And at the higher end of cargo capacity, the Indian Air Force also operates the Russian Il-76 jets and a fleet of 11 giant American C-17 Globemaster IIIs, which have recently seen action in the Kabul evacuations. The C-295 fulfills a long-felt need for a modern military transport that's quick to maintain and fly and can operate in forward airfields at short notice. With a factory to come up in India, it's likely that many more could be built for the Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard as well. Bureau Report, India Today.
Drones, both armed and otherwise, are absolute game changers in the battlefield. That is all we have for you on this special broadcast. Many thanks for watching. For news and updates, keep watching India Today.